because your face is always funny to watch.
What the fuck does that mean?
When you're telling these stories.
It's a compliment.
Is it?
I think.
Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, the show is celebrating a huge milestone. This is the 100th episode of the program. And to help me honor this momentous occasion, I've assembled an eclectic group of guests to the broadcast. One of them is my own brother. One is my former boss, and the other is one of my closest friends. So let's get this celebration started and help me welcome back to the program, Mr. Andy Matlock, Brian Crooks, and Lee Olson. Woo! Yes! How you guys doing, man?
Yeah.
Doing well.
100 episodes. 100 episodes. Can you guys believe it?
I didn't know you had 100 friends, but I've been on the podcast for this is like my 7th time, so I think that means you have 11 friends.
I don't know how many.
I'm not good at math.
Listen, I don't know what the exact count is, but you've definitely been on more than 7 times.
I figured 100. I figured 100 episodes would mean 100 friends, but nope.
Wow, can you guys tell?
Congrats on 100.
Can you tell these are my friends right here? Yeah. So, no. So I definitely want to thank you guys because this is the Josh and Friends podcast. This isn't my show; it's our show. So
Very communist.
yeah. So yeah, I wanted to celebrate by having kind of like a group of friends on here instead of just Lee, because who wants to just hear Lee?
No shit.
Jesus.
Fuck wants to hear me.
But I love the shirts.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for dressing accordingly.
Yep. I bought this from the store right before I came here.
Yeah. Thank you to the Seattle Mariners and the giveaway night.
Yes, I love it. So guys, what should we talk about? I know that Brian, so this is my old boss right here. This is my old boss. I mean, we kind of like it, just a kick around good buddy too, but Lee and I have some stories. I mean, Lee, you're still I brought him to a job site. And he's been there ever since.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, he never left.
Hey Lee, do you want a good summer job? 22 years later. God damn
It really has been like that long, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember what the album we were listening to on the way to the job site, that was Lee was listening to Complicated by Avril Lavigne.
Wow.
And he kept listening to it over and over, and I was like, oh, okay. Like,
you would ask me what I did during the entire year of that, I couldn't tell you. And you're like, do you remember the song that we were listening
it's all
to
about
driving
music.
to the
Josh,
Yes.
Josh remembers like when he heard songs.
Yeah.
Like,
So I was watching this murder show the other day, and they're like, back in 2005, and I go, oh, 2005, and it's just like a couple albums popped into my head,
gosh.
and I was like, that's how I remember years. Like, what was I doing? Who was I having
what was
drinks
I
with?
listening to?
And I was hauling Pavers with Brian Crooks, and I was like, I got to get the hell out of here. I was like, how could I get rid of this?
Smart move.
I was like, how could I possibly get rid of? I'll have Lee come to the job, and he could take my spot.
It took like 10 years though.
It did.
That's true. It took a while. But you know what's funny is when we were doing one of these jobs, like those jobs when it was like, we would start, it was always in the winter. We'd start and it would be like pitch dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we would start and be pitch dark and it would be pouring rain. I just remember Lee and I would be like, it'd be 6:55 or like whatever. And I would look over at Lee and Lee's like, oh, fuck.
We do with our lives.
And Lee goes, and I remember distinctly, we were on this really busy road. And Lee was like, I can open up the door right now and jump out.
And be in the hospital.
And then this would be
work.
This would be a lot better than going into work right now. I'm like, that's how bad that job. No offense to Brian.
Well, it's also a rainy day, dark morning. You just did it the day before. I get it.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah.
But you miss it.
Oh yeah, I know. I do miss working with guys.
Yeah.
And being able to say whatever you want, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
But
The work.
I certainly,
Yeah, the herniated discs.
I definitely don't miss, just that one job. Lee, remember, like, Brian's like, hey, I know you're moving. I have one last job for you. And I'm like, Brian, I swear to God, if it's,
Hold on.
if
And
it's
that was a job that he didn't even go to.
Yeah.
He was going, he's like, I'm going to go work for another company while you guys do this fucking job. As 600
The other
pound papers
company
or
paid
whatever the
more.
fuck. Exactly, right.
that was crazy. Lee, I still remember you looking at me. I've never seen you look more serious in your entire life. You're like, because we were lowering that.
Oh, yeah. They were 450 pounds. Yeah, they were
And
5-inch thick.
we would legit, like, if you let go of this clamp, you're losing a finger.
Yeah,
And you're
my hand
losing a
under it,
finger.
And I just, yeah.
Because you have to put this little tiny shimmy underneath this, and you looked up at me, you go, don't fucking drop it.
Yeah,
I
if you
swear to
drop
God,
this,
don't
I
drop
lose
it.
my
And I go,
hand.
I'm not going to drop it. And I'm like, God, I hope I don't drop it.
Right.
Yeah. And you're like, hurry up.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I'm like,
I want to drop it, but hurry.
yeah, you ready? He's like, and he did the one last, don't fucking drop it. Like,
It's like Big Lebowski. Her life is in your hands. Dude.
yeah.
Stop saying that.
Don't say that.
Her life is in your hands.
Don't say.
Mr. Lebowski asked me to repeat that. Her life is in your hands.
Oh, God.
That job was, so fucking miserable.
Oh, God.
Dude, do you remember the job? Speaking of one that we called him, this is to Brian's credit. Do you remember the job that it must have been 29 degrees and raining still? And we were at some rich guy's house and we were taking turns.
North Bend, right?
Yeah, in North Bend.
Yeah.
Cutting pavers on the wet saw with our gloves in 29-degree rain. And it was so cold that we would take shifts, like one person would cut for like 10 minutes and then the other person would sit in the truck with the heater so we could feel our hands, so we would cut our hands off. And we did that until almost lunchtime. And finally, like, we look at each other, we're like, what the fuck are we doing here? And we called Brian. We're like, dude, we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
It was like snowing on and off. It was like, it would sometimes snow.
And our hands are wet cutting, spraying water, and it's concrete, and we were so bitter cold. And finally at lunch, we like called him. We're like, Brian, we're really sorry. We can't stay here. And he's like, you guys went to work today? We're like, you motherfucker.
It's like basically between the both of us, it was one guy working. But yeah.
Right? It's like, you guys are working?
And I just remember, like, we all went to college, like, on these jobs, right? Like, at that era. I don't know about now, but like, we were all like college educated guys. And then we would look in at the guys that were working, like, doing like drywall and shit. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, they're in a warm, like just doing casual, like, just hammer stuff. And we're out hauling these
listening to their music,
100-pound like pavers in the freezing rain. Brian's like, sorry guys, I don't know what to say.
yeah, that was encouraging. You guys went to work today? Yeah,
I know what he has to say. Better you than me?
Yeah, right, yeah. Well, no, Brian would, like, in the early days, Brian would, like, he'd be out there with me.
Yeah. Got to build it somehow.
Yeah.
And hey, that turned into a career for me. And Brian.
And me. I'm still there.
Yep. So I heard a rumor that occasionally you talk about maybe in the future, stop doing this.
Me?
Occasionally. He's been talking about that daily for the last 18 years.
When did you start talking about it?
Brian, one of my favorite, right? One of my favorite stories is like when you, that green truck of yours, the old Dodge.
Yeah.
Is when you basically rolled it into the dealership and you're like, they gave me, like, how much did they give you for that? Because it was it was the most beat up thing ever. Like
it was hammered and had a cracked block, and we JB welded the crack in the block so it wouldn't leak coolant all over the dealership.
How many miles did that have on it?
Not enough. It was only like 160,000.
Yeah, but in how many years?
3.
3 years.
Yeah. All of it towing.
Not that many miles
overweight,
in 3 years. 160,000 miles.
Yeah, we put about 60,000 miles a year on those trucks.
A guy I work with just sold his Toyota Tacoma like 2008, 2009, something like that, and it was had 400,000 miles on it, and he sold it for like 14 grand.
Right.
Yeah.
Toyota Tacomas, man.
But still, I was like, wow, 400,000 miles.
Right.
Like I know they can go up that high, but
You're pushing it.
You're pushing it up there, right? Like crazy.
Yeah.
How did you not end up in Pavers? I mean,
Yeah.
clearly the lineage.
Oh, I almost got him into Pavers. I'm like, hey, remember I was like, Lee, so can you explain a little bit about the work ethic of the younger generation right now?
Poop.
Generally.
That's it? Just poop?
Oh, no, they're lazy fucking assholes who are entitled and think that they are owed everything and they don't want to show up for work. They don't give a fuck about money because they live with mom. They don't care about cars because they don't have a driver's license. And they're assholes.
That was very specific.
Is that good enough?
All right.
Right on.
Lee got real serious real fast.
I don't even have to deal with him most of the time. He has to deal with them. I had 10 years of insulation. I was good, but now I'm not.
Oh yeah, because how do you feel about being back from Indiana? It's more expensive, I'm guessing. Right?
Holy shit. Yeah, when we moved back, we moved to the east side of Seattle, Bellevue, and my first hint that things were more expensive with inflation and all that too, we're being fair.
Yeah. Was
lunch meat. Lunch meat in Indiana, pound of turkey was like $6. Moved to Bellevue and it's like 16.
Holy crap.
It's fucking insane. Yeah,
wow.
So yeah, way more expensive. So
we kind of did the full extreme, moving to Bellevue.
Yeah.
From Midwest Indiana.
You're going to have to go shopping somewhere else.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's
still going to be expensive, but not Bellevue
expensive. The good news is though, technically I have a different duty with the company now, because when I was remote, I could only be the estimator. So now I have a different thing where I could probably embezzle the money and make up the difference. So
there you go.
I mean, nobody's gonna.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, was Ryan here?
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
I mean, we had some payroll issues here and there. It's nobody's fucking noticing.
We have lots of issues.
Yeah, we have some issues.
So, Lee, what do you think of this drink? What do you think of this drink,
Holy
buddy?
shit. Tina, if you invented this drink with what is it, lime?
So what it is it's that sugar-free Minute Maid lemonade.
Is it limeade or lemonade? This one's lemonade.
It's lemonade.
Lemonade.
Oh, lemonade.
Right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So what you do is you empty out, I don't know, like a third or fourth of the lemonade. You take vodka and you fill it back up to the top, and then you chop up a couple of jalapenos.
Yeah.
And then you squirt some lemon in it, and then you just let it sit for a couple hours or something like that. I'm sure you don't have to, but probably
let it marinate.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best drink. It might be the best drink I've ever had.
It's pretty fantastic.
Really
you have to like spicy stuff. I personally might take it down a little bit of a notch, but at least
if I was serving to other people, I would. But
yeah.
For me, this is perfect.
Yeah. Even Brian liked it, and he's like Mikey.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it tastes a little like Mike's Hard Lemonade. So he's good.
A little bit.
Oh.
If we could have found the Bartles and James equivalent, he'd be in.
So Lee, you were talking a little bit earlier about how you're pretty good at sports, but when you drink, you're like legendary status.
Well, hold on, that's not true. Like twice in my life, I've done good things drunk. That equates to legendary in our group because we weren't that good.
It's got to be certain sports too, right? It's not like
Well,
I mean, like I think the instance he's talking about, like we went out and played like Sandlot football or something.
It was baseball.
Was it? Well,
Yeah, it was. Wait, oh no, you're right. It was football. We did baseball another day, but yeah, the baseball, and it was funny because this was back when early 20s, and we were out in Ellensburg, and Lee goes, "You know what? I'm gonna slam a Zima." Let's
backtrack. I did not buy Zima. This was like left over at somebody's house or something. I'm like, well, somebody's going to drink this shit. So I did. I just want to make that clear. I didn't fucking buy.
I didn't mean to threaten your manhood here. I'm just like saying, like,
this is what you carry in a fanny pack is a Zima.
If you're in any rough part of town and you drink a Zima, you're going to get your ass kicked. Can you imagine any guy with any muscle on his body? Give me 2 Zima.
Give me 3 Zimas and keep them coming.
I said Zima. I mean, come on.
To be clear, I don't think anybody ever bought Zima. That
well, the girls next door bought Zima.
Okay, so
that's probably where it came from. One of them left it over, and you're like, "Hey, look at 7-Up," and you just fucking downed it.
So anyway, I'm not offended by it. I'm just saying, no.
It seems like you are. It seems like you are kind of offended at it. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Lee Olson did not buy Zima.
Holy crap! Wow. Okay.
Okay.
You did not buy. Okay, so when you didn't buy Zima, but you saw it and you drank it, you just
consume it.
Yeah. So And it was like in the morning. It had to be like 11:30.
Yeah, it was morning, and we were just headed out to play or whatever. And for whatever reason, that was the perfect lubricant.
Well, maybe it's kind of like anything else where, if you go to the bar sober, I'm sure you're not going to hit on chicks, right?
I mean, I hit on plenty of them. It just didn't work. Well, it didn't work when I was drunk either.
But
So
I'm not saying worked. I'm just saying that, kind of like grease the,
I mean, I think physically it lubricated things so I could just move around without hurting quite as much, but also dive and do shit that I knew would hurt, which you take that little edge of pain off. But yeah. But no, alcohol helps. I don't know.
Hey, look at all those stories of the guys back in the 90s and the 80s and pretty much any time before now.
Yeah, pretty much any time before now. Yeah, Wade Boggs drinking 100 beers. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've always liked like the other, like playing pool, darts, stuff like bowling. Those are the kind of sports that I do good.
The Ryan Dunham sports.
Having a couple beers.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get in that sweet spot and then you take it a little too far. And then
bowling and darts.
Now you're slipping over the line into the track, whatever. Yeah.
And you get in a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
The bar sports. Yeah.
Bar sports. Yeah, you got
bar
it.
sports. Yeah.
So
I did get a hole-in-one at the golf tournament that we went to.
That's right. Can you tell that story? Because I don't know if you already told that story, but
I mean, you have the picture. So the day started out.
Brian didn't like Brian. Brian is not a fan of that story, by the way, because he's like, "Yeah, we never got invited back." And I was like, "Oh,
look, it's not my proudest moment." Yeah, but we went there to a golf tournament.
No, so what is this? Just a golf tournament, or is this like some sort of like special
supplier? Who invited one of our suppliers?
Yeah, one of our suppliers.
Oh, a client.
Yeah, somebody
or not a client.
You're a client of theirs.
Okay,
we buy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they invited us and whatever, and I just went there and they had a free Tito's booth. Like literally, and so I just said,
"Oh no!"
Up. And and I didn't know. I thought we were going to go out. Like I filled it up the first time, thinking we're about to go out to play golf, but it was like an hour and a half before we went to golf.
You're like, now I'm drinking.
Oh no!
It was a full solo cup.
Yeah, it was a full solo cup.
Full solo cup.
And
boy!
Just Tito's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just Tito's.
Yeah, and so
wait, you didn't have any mixer or anything? You were just drinking straight
the
Tito's?
Second time I went back, I went into the clubhouse and got some Diet Coke in it, but by that time it was way too late.
Oh God, yeah.
It was way too late.
Yeah. So anyway, but
this was before we started.
This was before, because I got it.
They
and I was
continued because the whole golf round.
To be in my own defense, they poured me that, and she's like, "How much you want?" I was like, "Well, I mean, we're going out golf. Just give me the whole thing." And I was gonna mix it with like a Diet Coke throughout the round, but we sat there and we didn't play for like another 90 minutes.
Oh,
and I'm just sitting there drinking. It's a hot day, and I was drinking, and then pretty soon that's gone. I was like, "Well, I guess I'll go get some more." And then, like I said, too late. And so, but in the meantime, we did. They had a.
So was Brian driving?
Well, it's a golf cart, so
no, I mean like to the
he drove. Yes.
Oh, to the event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but we they had a golf putting
competition.
Yeah, and each person you register, you get like 2 balls, and I went up there and just my flip flops and whatever, and all these serious golfers, and I was kind of laughing at Brian because he was practicing his putts. Everybody's there like practicing.
Everyone's practicing. Yeah,
everyone's practicing, and I just walk up, and the guy takes my name and hands me 2, and he goes, "You only get 2 balls," and I go, "I only need 1." And I drop it, crank it, and knock the 40-foot putt in the hole, and just turn around and walk away. And everybody's like, "You fucker!"
You did a Jack Nicklaus?
I totally did. I totally did.
You did a Bill Murray?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I totally did. And had I walked away and just left the golf course, that day would have been a complete win.
Yeah.
But
I did not. And you have seen the picture of me in my underwear playing.
Oh yeah, that was that day.
Wait. Don't yada the best part. How do you end up in your underwear?
Tito's.
Don't yada.
But time out. I guess this is where I should ask Brian.
It's a 4-hour process.
This is where I ask Brian. Because Lee clearly is like, yeah, I've seen the pictures. Yeah, I'm in my underwear. But I'm like, wait, okay, I guess Lee can't tell the story. Brian, how did he end up in his underwear, and why do we have pictures of him? Well, you probably took pictures.
Somebody took it. I don't know who took it.
I don't remember.
Will, maybe?
Pictures.
Or maybe they took pictures like, hey, see this asshole? If you ever see him on the course again,
right?
He's not welcome. He is not welcome.
It's posted right there in the
Yeah.
I don't remember how it got to that.
They're like, you see what this golf course is turning into? I saw 2 bikers on the 15th hole having sex.
This man is destroying golf. I saw 2 big fat naked bikers in the woods off 17 having sex. How am I supposed to chip with that going on, Doug.
So yada yada yada. We're not invited back to that course.
Yeah,
I did make.
We didn't play in the tournament this year.
Oh,
yeah. The humorous part was the gift for me winning the putting thing was 2 free rounds at that course.
Oh God! Wait, are you allowed back on, or have you tried to?
I have not tried it. We have not. I gave him to Brian so he can maybe sneak in.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, let's just keep talking about that. So, Brian, remember the famous story when we went down to Portland and you rented a place for us to stay down there, and then Lee came to visit?
Yeah.
Like, this is like
this is gonna be a bunch of stories about me being an asshole. Whatever.
Drunken Lee stories. I remember.
And Brian got so angry he drive down in the middle of the night.
Happy 100 episodes, everybody.
Oh God! Yeah. Oh, this is so great. Yeah. So Brian, why don't you, from your point of view, can we?
His point of view.
Can we hear a little bit about that?
I'll do my best.
You should probably fill in at least the part up till the cops called Brian.
Okay. So Lee, the night started with, I think that we were fishing off the side of the.
Well, I mean, so bad. The night started with I did not work for Brian at the time. Sort of, I did. I mean, we were running the nightclub, and I had a rare night off, or when I was like, I'm coming down there, but it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday, like a random fucking day.
Because that's what days people run nightclubs.
I was like, you guys are in Portland, I'm gonna come down there, and with the poor judgment that construction people have, you guys are like, great, let's go party. And I was like, great.
Okay. We're in Portland. We're originally up in Seattle area. So we're in Portland where it's like a Tuesday night. Oh, hell yeah. Let's party. Let's do this. Yeah. Hell yeah. Woo.
You don't have to be at work till 7.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Starting at 7.
Yeah.
Like Brian, look at Brian's like, yeah.
So anyway, they had a
Brian's like, Brian's getting into adult mode. He's like, yeah. Yeah, starting at 7.
Yeah, and we
with his little brother there.
Yeah, with his little brother that we snuck into the bar. Oh man,
he was there. Yeah,
he was 18-year-old Mormon brother. Yeah, we snuck him into the bar.
That was not my idea. I mean, I didn't say we will not have this because we were so hammered. We were like, let's try anything. We don't give a shit.
There was usually one bad influence in those days.
Oh, dude. We had many.
Yeah. And it wasn't the good employees like Alex or something like that. Like Alex is always like the voice of reason. He's like, well, listen, guys. Like,
remember, Alex turned out to be the least drunk one, and that's why he drove home.
That's right.
And pulled over in the center median when the ambulance went by.
Oh my God. Yeah, the
kids don't.
Didn't Alex start the fishing though?
Don't drink.
Wait, who?
Didn't Alex start the fishing?
No, Vic did.
Oh, Vic did. Okay.
Yeah, Vic's like, hey, look at this, we can fucking cast it. I don't know.
Okay.
There was a couple people reeling in the, but I don't. What were we fishing for? We were just. Oh, they were just casting. They're just casting. But then one of them dangled up, and then someone made a joke below.
Well, the girls were down there and what are you guys doing? We're like fishing for chicks.
Yeah, that's where I went fishing for chicks. That was on the police report.
And then Lee.
Oh, that was on the police.
Oh my God, there was a. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
I might not want to hear Brad.
Okay. So wait. So Lee ends up going down and joining their. This is no joke. You can't make this up. Lee's like, hey, what's going on down here? And he's like hammered, and they're like, we're having a candle party, and he's like,
no,
yeah.
It's candles and posters. They were saying.
Look at Lee's mannerisms right now. But anyway,
he's like,
so they're like, Lee's like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. And they're like, we can get some money off this guy. Let's fucking let's do this. So Lee's like, and I go, where did Lee go? And they're like, he's at a candle party. And I'm like, he's at a candle party? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what's going on? And so Lee's at a candle party downstairs, but it got kind of bad, because Lee, I don't know what Lee was saying. Lee probably doesn't even know what he was saying, but Lee, can you fill us in, or were you so hammered that you don't remember what happened at this candle party?
What do you think, Brian?
This part didn't make it onto the police report.
Oh, okay.
The candle party wasn't on the
Well, I think that they kind of, I think it kind of was like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, Lee signed up for
spicy.
Oh God! Yeah. Down towards the end.
Lee signed up for a $16 candle. So,
by the way, I never got that. I paid for it.
No shit. You never got it. Where do you think they're going to send it? Anyway, so they're like, let's send it upstairs. 3 weeks later, we're gone.
That's where that candle came from.
So anyway,
it's on his mantle now.
So they're like, they kick Lee out, and then I don't know what. And then we're like, we just probably kept drinking, and then we're like, let's go to the bars. And then your brother, he's all, well, I'm 18, guys, so I guess I'll see you guys later. And we're like, oh no, you're coming with us.
Oh gosh.
and then we get into the bar. Actually, it's one of those bars where they just, you're good. And they just let everybody in because they're like, well, let's make money on a Tuesday night. I don't give a shit. Like, there's going to be who's going to be here, like, watching this bar? Is there going to be, like, any cops coming in? Like, no, whatever. So they let us go in. We're just singing stupid karaoke songs and doing whatever we wanted. Now, this might be where Brian comes in because the only thing I remember. Well, no, let's hear Brian's story because we got home after some questionable.
Well, remember there was a food. Vic and I almost got in a fist fight that turned into a food fight because he took a burrito and squashed it on my head.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
And so I just spun around and poured something on him, and then we almost got in a fist fight. And Alex dropped like a 50 on the counter. He's like, "I'm really sorry," and we hustled out the door. But Vic and I almost got in a fist fight because he took a burrito and went on my head.
Who's the one that knocked a bottle? We were like on the 4th floor of like.
No, I dropped a glass.
Oh, that was you?
I was holding a glass, and I just accidentally dropped it, and it fell all the way down the concrete stairs.
You did one of these. Dun, 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 and then the last one was like. It was just like shit. I was like, oh my God.
And this is at 2. Like we closed the bars down, so this is at 2. After 2.
2, 3.
And after we had gone to the place, got in the food fight, Alex, whatever.
Yeah. So this is where Brian comes in. So Brian, you get a call, or how did this? What happened here?
Yeah, I got a call. 3 in the morning.
That's about right.
3-ish. Yeah. On a Tuesday, Wednesday morning, something.
Oh boy.
And it's the Portland police. And so
because your name's on the
because I'm the registered owner of the apartments because I had rented, was it just 1 or 2?
That's a good question.
They had furnished apartments there. We might have had 2 of them.
I can't remember. I think it was a 3-bedroom.
Yeah, it was 1 with all the dudes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was only there for a few hours, so I can't.
So we had rented it. We're there. I mean, that job was what, 2-3 months, something like that, a couple months long.
Yeah.
So we had rented that apartment for everybody. And yeah, my name was on it. So the police called because there was a disturbance.
Oh God.
And so, so I got up, got dressed, and drove to Portland at 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Of course, I got there at 6 or 7, right about when everyone was starting. So.
And I had, thankfully, I had already left.
Yeah, Lee.
I went home.
Lee, I'll tell you this though. Lee, guess who always showed up to work though?
Everyone was there. I think I met everyone at the job site. It was about. I mean, it was.
I'm just saying, like you're talking about, like we were talking about earlier, how nobody shows up to work, right?
Oh, right. No, yeah, we were all. We're the last generation that showed up.
Yeah, we would go out and party till 3 o'clock in the morning, but we're there at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, our production levels might have been like 70%, but hey,
yeah.
You sweat it off, and you're good after a couple hours.
We stayed off the saws first thing in the morning, and the equipment.
Sweat it
off. Oh God, stayed off the saws.
Yeah.
Sobered up a little
Yeah,
bit.
you need to. Yeah.
Oh God.
I think, and Josh, you might be able to fill this in. I've never seen Brian yell.
Oh. Brian was.
I think I yelled that day.
Oh, he was.
That's what I heard. This is in.
Yeah, look at him. He's usually like
more
this.
than 20 years. I've never heard him yell.
Yeah, he's usually like the mild-mannered, like nice guy, and he came in and.
I felt a little bad because I think I took it all out on Vic.
Well, I mean,
because he was supposed to be
he
was supposed to be the
leader.
In charge. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey Lee, Vic at night versus Vic in the day. You want to explain the difference between that?
Vic's like one of the nicest people I've ever met. Super thoughtful.
At night.
And then at 6:59, he turns into the biggest asshole I've ever fucking seen. So whatever you yelled at Vic is totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't remember exactly. I remember I got the police report. Yeah. Yelled at Vic. There was fishing. I remember the fishing being on there.
Oh, the fishing was on there. Oh God. So did they? Wait. So they're the ones that.
Yeah. Clearly the girls.
Oh, because wait. Someone knocked at their door probably. Oh no.
Well, and it was pretty loud.
Lee.
I think it was pretty loud.
It was me and you came got because they opened the door and they're like, it's like, hey, like
oh God.
Oh God.
And then they just shut the door and you're like, Lee, you come back. Like I wasn't, violent. I just was like, hey.
I want to make sure I get my candle and
You guys get the right address. I think I got the lavender one. But anyway, it was me. It was all me. It was all me.
The guy that's not even staying there.
Yeah, I wasn't working for them. I came down and ruined the whole fucking program and took off.
That's awesome.
And he became your longest tenured employee.
Yeah.
Which shows you the bar that is set for this company.
Well, and it was funny then because I think other people were trying to say, well, Lee came down on this and, it's like, I don't give
true, but
I don't give a shit about Lee. He doesn't work for me. He's not on this.
Oh,
thing.
that's
like,
true. Yeah. You're like, I don't give a shit about this fucking loser over here. He's never going to be a full-time employee ever.
Right.
And then he's like, you know what? Maybe he will be.
General manager.
Maybe I'm going to get him back.
Yeah.
I'm going to hire him for
General
20 years.
manager.
I could be mayor. Yeah.
I need to put that guy in charge.
Yeah.
That's the best punishment ever. He's been devising this since that day. He's like, I'm going to put this guy in charge of employees. He can see what that shit's like.
And then I'm going to go down and get the police called. Call him.
I can see this shaping up. All right. I like where this is going.
25-year plan's coming
Now,
full circle.
That's the longest prank in history. 2 decades. He's like, I fucking got you, motherfucker.
now, Brian, have you ever had the cops call you because of an employee since? Or is this like, oh God. Uh-oh.
Because they wrecked the car, took the drugs.
Yeah, it depends.
Got caught with the gun.
Yes.
Now, you guys said that you had a...
That's true. That happened.
Lee told me, I remember last time we were...
cop chase, rolled the car.
What the...
The other guy that we fired then got killed by the cop. Like,
Jeez.
Yeah, I did have an employee that was shot by the police
Holy crap.
Wow.
after a scuffle
That's wild.
and
Okay,
showed up on the...
Where are you finding these guys? Prison or...
no, we tried prison. We couldn't get him.
Yeah. Actually, we did.
literally
We were on the prison work
They're like,
release program for
This
a
is
while.
way
And
worse. This job is way worse than prison.
The prison work release guys, that was the best program to be on. Those guys
for
were
them.
there every day. The paddy wagons show up, drop them off. They were there every day at starting time. They were just happy to be out for the day.
Remember when Murr... Remember
And they
when
worked
you...
the whole time? Like
Remember
they
when
were
you had
here.
Murr work for you for like 2 days?
And then he fucking tough guyed it and went home.
Yeah. And you're like, he's not answering the door. And I'm like, what?
You guys only carry 1 block at a time.
Pussies. And then he's like, he's carrying this 250-pound one.
We're like, dude, you can't do that. You're not going to fucking do it. And he's like, oh, shut up. You guys don't know what you're talking about. And day 2, he's like,
I think he left at lunch the first day.
He legit, he doesn't even answer. He doesn't even answer the door. Brian's like picking him up. He's like, he's not answering the door. And I go, what a fucking puss. But hey, it's like one of those things where you're like, I mean, kind of don't blame him. I mean, this is like a credit.
oh, no, yeah. That job is not a career.
No. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. What's Lee doing over here?
Yeah.
I'm
more.
rolling up my sleeves. Dude.
He's stuck his sleeves into
Damn, look at those pipes, dude. Look at those pipes. Dang.
I
Must
just like
work
to
out.
say, BC Pavers is more stable than Boeing.
It is.
So BC Pavers, how long has BC Pavers been around now? 1996?
97.
97.
Officially.
Okay, but you were
Officially started
around before that, right? At your pickup?
I mean, I started doing patios for neighbors and family in the 92, 3.
The good old days.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Ford Ranger and no taxes.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. That happened, well, actually, that was before the Ford Ranger days. That was the Chevy Love days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
One of the best days of my
Those were
life
Chevy Love days.
was when I quit BC Pavers.
Yeah, I bet.
Andy, speaking of quitting, you just quit your job, what, last week or something like that?
Yeah.
How was it? What happened?
It was great.
So I love hearing when people quit. So what happened with that story? Like as far as
It was nothing big. It was just like I kind of got into it with a guy, but it wasn't him. It was just the
shittiness
job. And I was like, I'm just, you know what? I'm actually done.
Well, you talked about how, look at the danger thing goes a long way. He's like, the ladder started getting like higher. And
I mean,
I'm like,
I don't mind ladders, but it's just
dude,
more damn thing.
Listen, I always, what I always go to when someone talks about ladders? I'm like, Artie Lang's dad. Artie Lang's dad.
Yeah.
Fell off a ladder, like when he was on his roof.
Yeah.
And became a quadriplegic. Yeah. And then Artie's like sitting there taking care of his dad, and his dad's like, "This is just the most miserable shit ever." Yeah. Like he's like, I can only talk. And he's like,
yeah, for a fucking ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man. And then Eric, almost everybody I know that's worked on a ladder, like for a career,
falling off.
Yeah. And it's not good. So, I mean, Eric injured himself on a ladder, and he's, he personally said he hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
So I could see it, man. Like, hey, look, remember I always used to, when I was working with Brian, I'd be like, I'm not going to be a 30-year-old like construction worker.
I remember that you're like 30 and your 30th birthday was approaching. You're like, I got to get out of here.
I was like, I'm out. I'm out. Like, and I go, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm not doing this. Well, it's that job is the extreme too. Like
that job is heavy.
It's ridiculous.
Heavy things.
You need 20-year-old dudes on those jobs.
Yeah.
Like, well, back in 2001.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think I've said it, the average age of a person on a construction site in America right now is 47.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's all right.
And for every 5 people that leave the industry, only 1 goes in.
I mean, so what's the answer? What's the answer on this?
Robots.
Oh, well.
I don't know. I mean, seriously, it means that if you want to go into construction, you can make your own price. You can charge whatever you want. There's nobody left to do it.
Yeah.
You won't know how to do it because nobody can train you.
But you can charge whatever you want.
But you can charge whatever you want for the shit work you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Be a fucking electrician. All the cars are turned into electrical. Like, be that. You make bank.
Look at Brian's like, yeah, don't do what I'm doing.
You can.
Yeah. Be an electrician or an OnlyFans.
I mean, we pay.
Wait. OnlyFans.
OnlyFans foot person.
Be an electrician on OnlyFans.
Yay, hey. Which you probably could do. You probably could do that.
Interesting. All right. Okay.
So wait, you quit.
Yeah.
Do you want to lay pavers? No. God damn it.
So Andy, there's rumors flying around, crazy, wild rumors. You started kind of seeing this girl.
Yeah.
She's moving to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah.
You just quit your job.
Is this all lining up?
I don't know. I don't know. Andy might be, on the podcast a little bit more often in the studio. I don't know. So, I mean, am I reading into something here? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know.
I asked, it's funny. Right before you quit, I asked Mom. I go, so is Andy thinking about moving back? She goes, no. And I'm like, yeah, you don't want him to go anywhere. I get it. But I'm just saying.
Hang on. I mean, I think what we should do here is get your girl on the phone and see what she thinks about it. Let's call her up.
We haven't really talked about that part.
Let's see where this is really going.
Well, Andy, if you moved here, there would be a lot more. It was like Eric Fridays. Eric would be like back. He's like, oh fuck it, let's tear this shit up. It's like, you ready to go to the what is it? The
lookout?
The lookout. Go to the lookout. No? Am I making everybody uncomfortable right now?
Have them pat me down.
Like, yeah. Oh God, Andy. What I like how we went into a strip club, and we were leaving. We were leaving the strip club.
Oh yeah.
And walking out the door, and it's not like we go to strip clubs all the time, but we were like in a strip club. Yeah. And Lee, this is no joke. This girl goes, she's walking, she's right at the door. She's standing at the door,
we're walking
topless.
Towards the door.
This girl.
No, she was at the door. We're walking towards the door.
Yeah, we're walking out the door. We're leaving. And this girl goes, what did she say? Like,
don't stare at my
tits. Stare at my tits. We're like,
I'm sorry, the topless girl is saying don't stare at my tits?
And I was like, what?
At the strip club.
What? And we're like, and
If you took a $10 bill out of your pocket, would that message change?
Yeah.
I'm like, pardon me, but we can't help it.
Yeah.
First of all,
Sorry.
It's
not like you have like some sort of like crazy amazing. You're naked in front of us.
You should wear a robe.
Yeah.
Until you want people to see you naked, I guess. Like, I don't know what.
If your profession is showing your tits,
and you're walking, you're at the door. I don't know what she was doing, having a conversation with the bouncer or what. I don't know what she was doing, but the fact that she said that when we were leaving, we're walking out the door. That's kind of weird, right? It's not like she was on stage.
I was like,
she's right there, right?
Maybe it was a joke. That's all I could think of.
Is that
was that like a
No, she didn't laugh.
She did not say that like a joke.
No.
Said it very seriously.
Look at
very weird.
Lisa, I think the title of this episode might be "What's wrong with this generation? What's going on here?"
There's something going on.
Well, I mean, what the hell?
Like, there's something going on.
Is it? I don't know. Logic and reasoning. Where is it? Where is it?
I think they never learned how to solve problems, so they're terrified of fucking everything.
Interesting.
They're terrified of everything. They're terrified of people looking at them. Terrified of people not looking at them. They want attention, but they want no attention.
We've gone full circle, guys. We've become our parents. We're talking
true.
about that damn.
That is true.
Kids.
Those goddamn kids.
These damn hippies and their long hair.
Lee, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me? Can you tell me about this?
I think I can. So this,
Wait, you're cupping the balls.
Yeah. Can you?
You're hiding the balls.
I paid for that.
you paid for that.
You paid me to make this.
Yes, I did.
This is
unknowingly.
Quit assaulting him.
I feel like I'm gonna chip a tooth.
This is a paver. For those of you that don't know anything about pavers, this is what they all look like.
They start out like that, and then you add the other. No.
Yeah. So we were on a job site, and I don't know. Job sites get boring, and you come up with different shit to do. And I was cutting pavers for Josh, and I
like how, by the way, I think Brian was like, "Oh, so you messed up like a cut," and
No,
Lee's like, "Oh no, this is a fresh."
No, I wasted like 7 pavers before I got to this one. So that's affectionately now known as 5-pound paver dick that I'm shocked you still have, because it has to be 20 years old.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah. That was that's a legendary paver. Right there, paver dick. Yeah. Look at Brian's like,
thanks, man. This is probably a man hour of work. So back then I probably got like $8.25. Thanks.
Yeah.
$8.25,
maybe 10.
That was at the Enumclaw job.
It was a Bumstead's job. Yeah. In fact, we were talking about that job site to know how stupid things are even back then. You remember the pond thing you did. Tell them about the pond thing. If you want to, you guys want to know how stupid this shit is.
So he made at his house, big nice house, custom, and he wanted a trout fishing pond so he could fish in it, kind of creek pond thing with his grandkids and that, and he was going to stock it with trout.
Okay. So
he built it, and the inspector, they determined that it was like a pool, not a pond. So he had to put up a 6-foot fence around the entire thing.
Oh, for the kids, like
yeah. And it was like a water feature. I made like a fountain, and it had it looked like a creek that kind of ran around his house, and he had a bridge over it up to the front door, and so he had to. It was that, or he had to fill it in. Couldn't be more than, I don't know, 8 inches deep, something like that.
Oh, come on.
So he filled the whole thing in instead of putting up a 6-foot fence around his whole yard.
Weird.
I hope he went
had
back
to fill
and
it
dug
in,
it all out.
Fill it in with rock and sand. Yeah.
Weird.
It's the government. They know what's better than you. They want you to be safe, and they're in charge of it.
Government and codes. So I don't know that we should get started on that one.
Let's.
So Andy told this story about quitting. Are you right on the verge of being the generation that we are all fucking railing against? Because you're like, fuck you guys, I don't need this job.
Well, okay, so
I worked there for 3 years.
Okay, wait.
A whopping 3 years. Wow. Did they give you a gold watch when you left?
In painting, like that's how it. You move around, like it's kind of.
But
I mean,
yeah, you get lung whatever.
So Andy is kind of on that cusp of millennial. right? Where like Andy kind of takes offense to, he's like, listen, wait, the millennial kind of like, it's a technically 81 or whatever, but like, I'm not really a millennial.
My brother was 5 years older, so I am not like an 81 kid. I'm a little older than that.
Right. It is kind of like that, though.
I mean, I watched Three's Company before I went to school in the morning. Like, I wasn't watching whatever else other kids were watching my age. I wasn't watching Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Andy was watching Barney and yeah. No, yeah, it is kind of like that 80, I don't know, but whatever. I guess it all depends on, like anything else. Like, if someone has like an older brother or an older sister, then you're going to be influenced by different things. And it would certainly be different if you were an only child.
Speaking of that, he mentioned his daughter is super into like what we would even call classic rock, which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting, like how people end up getting influenced by whatever. So how you were influenced by your dad, his daughter's totally into actually way better music than
80s Madonna.
Well, we've cut her off from the rest of society.
Oh,
so
smart.
That's
smart.
Cut her off from the rest of society.
I just know all the time. She's the only kid her age that doesn't have a cell phone.
So Brian, you made the trek from Seattle.
Yeah.
Back to Phoenix. Welcome home, buddy. Welcome home. When was the last time you were here?
Well, I came once for the Fiesta Bowl.
That's right. That's right.
Like
that was like what,
18.
What, like a day and a half, a couple days?
Yeah, it was like we might have been here for 5 or 6 days.
Oh, okay. What did you do when you came here? Did you do anything crazy? Did you go anywhere?
We went for a hike.
Did you go to Sedona?
No, we didn't go that far.
Okay.
We went for a hike like north of Phoenix. All that stuff that was never there before. It was just desert before. Now there's like houses, something.
Even since then, it's like it gotten crazy.
I mean, it was small here. Like you said, the highway, the main highway around the city wasn't here when I lived here.
Back in when did you leave?
I left
originally?
1990.
Yeah. Okay.
So
man.
I was only 14, so I don't remember.
I like how this all sounds crazy to us. Like, oh my God, this place has grown up since 1990. That's the same as our parents in 1990 saying, this place has grown up since 1960.
Yeah.
Of course it fucking has. It's been 30 years.
Well, even when I go back to Seattle just to visit, I'm like, where am I? I don't even know where I am. This is weird. I used to just take this road and I'm like, what? This road's not here. I don't know where it is. And there's just skyscrapers all over. Yeah. It is weird how fast stuff changes. Thank you for bringing the weather though. I do like the weather.
Yeah. This is still hot and muggy. It
is, but it's not oven hot like it has been all summer, like it was a couple days ago.
I'll take 100.
Yeah.
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 This definitely beats Midwest weather too, which would be 195 degrees and total humid.
Massive humidity.
Yeah. It's awful.
So guys, I read a stat from, it was like last year, 2022. And it said that of not the rich podcasters, the famous podcasters, everyone knows that those guys do pretty well and they could just, hey, team, just fire it up. Let's go. Let's do this thing. So of the normal podcasters, like the smaller podcasters like myself, I heard that only 10% of all podcasters hit 100 episodes.
Really?
So
You're it, buddy.
Wow.
I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud.
10%.
You're 10%.
I am and this is technically my 5th year of podcasting.
Wow.
It's taken that long to hit 100. That's sad. Wow. No, but this is my 5th year. I'm on the cusp of hitting 1 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
I mean,
that's fucking impressive.
My YouTube's been around a while, but I turned it into the Josh and Friends podcast. Yeah. But it's certainly grown since then. It's doubled in the last couple of years.
Dude,
so
that's fucking rad.
Wow. Right?
Congrats, dude.
But yeah. So
and honestly, when you started this thing, I'll be honest, I was like, you're just gonna sit around and talk with your dumb fucking friends.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck. Actually, it's fucking rad because it's like us all sitting around talking and telling stories the way we would when we were sitting around talking to anybody else. And honestly, that's what the best stories are. Just a bunch of friends talking about cool shit that they did or funny shit. So this is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, yeah, that's why originally I wanted you to be on the first podcast. You were not the first recorded podcast, Rich Falls, I'm talking to you, but you were the first podcast I had on because you had all those like funny stories about the Mariners. And again, we could always rehash that someday with, because your face is always funny. to watch
Fuck does that mean?
when you're telling these stories.
It's a compliment.
Is it?
I think. I think it's
It didn't sound.
backhanded compliment.
It didn't feel
And
like
that
one.
and that is what was what was missing from the first podcast is, you know, your mannerisms, your you know. See what I'm talking about? Because I wasn't doing video back then, and nobody could see your awesome shirts that you wear, or you know your is he making a weird face? I can't tell. Like
No.
but thank you. That was my weird runaround way of saying thank you.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
All right. Well, I think this has been a fun look back. No, so Lee, Andy, Brian, I do want to thank you for coming on, but real quick, is there are you touching the paper deck? Give me that.
Always.
Give me that. Lee, is there an episode that I've done that kind of stands out that
Honestly, I actually like the one where I kind of interviewed you.
No, I got a lot of feedback from that. When people were like, that was kind of cool. Like when you just kind of took over, and I was like, I didn't know where it was going, but I was like, I don't care. I'll answer whatever you have.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like we all know our own fucking stories and whatnot,
Yeah.
especially people who host. And like, you're really good at getting stories out of people. But the thing that misses that is you get out of the way. Like good interviewers get out of the way, right? They start someone off and they let people go. That's you let people go. But all the shit that like you have a bunch of the same experiences I do.
Right.
It was really cool to be like, hey man, what about your perspective? I really liked that. I wish we could have done more.
We'll do it. Yeah. We can do it again. We can do it again anytime. Yeah. I'm completely down for it. We got some good feedback. People were like, that was pretty cool. I like when Lee took over that show. Like, and you did, you like completely took it over. And I was like, I'm cool with it. Cause like, especially you, by the way, cause like, again, you and I have like all these crazy stories about, you know, like going down to Portland and our boss getting all pissed off and like
and our shitty fucking paver job.
Yeah. God, good thing our boss is in here. Oh, he's right here. Oh, this is awkward. Yeah, no, but you know, just stuff like that, you know, like moving cars and stuff like that. You know, hey Lee, we can't fit in this parking spot. We're a couple inches short. Let's pick it up and move it.
Let's eat some Mentos and move
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I want to thank you guys. Andy, you have become a big part of this show. Brian, I need to have you back on besides this episode. All right. And then we could like, you know, talk about, you know, business stuff. What should we talk about? We could talk about some of your crazy, you know, work stories. I'm sure you have a lot of weird work stories that you could tell.
I've got a lot. I mean, we always talk about we have probably the most interesting crew in history. I mean, there's
Jewel talks about that all the time. We have the most interesting crew of guys in history.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a guy who won an adult video
maybe
news award for making music for porn. Like,
Wow.
We've got
because he was working laying pavers.
Right.
So.
That was.
I don't know if we should use names.
Yeah, well, we had him.
I don't know if we should use names with these.
We had a dude that played tuba in college and became a microbiologist studying like the Black Plague. He works at the fucking Mayo Clinic now. We had a librarian who had a master's degree in library science.
So wait, what you're telling me is every time someone left this job,
they improved.
They did way better.
Fucking yes.
They did way better in life. Okay.
They became smarter.
Not everybody, because we had a dude that got shot by the cops.
We did get the guy get shot by the cops.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
true.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so not 100%.
Yeah, but that I think that still works because he was still working for you. He didn't leave to do like another job, right? Or was he robbing somebody?
We had to let him go. We let him go just in time. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
It was a rapid decline, and
whatever path they're on, they stay on.
Yeah.
After they leave the company, if they're going down, they're going to stay going down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, all right. In the beginning, we hired a lot of college students. You know, so they were summer.
A lot of people finishing their master's degrees in whatever.
They're getting out of college and they're like, well, I made a bad choice.
Exactly.
Coming right out of college.
Just the boost I needed to get back in the fucking classroom.
Not that I agree that college is a good choice for everybody.
Right,
That's,
right. Well, yeah, college is. Oh God, we could go down the rabbit hole on that
other topic.
Because
yeah,
especially Lee. Let's stop right here.
Let's just stop. Just end it. Like the public school system. Just end it.
There's another topic.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I think that's a good place to end this. We'll have to pick this up another time here. Yeah.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
Yeah.
All right, let's end it right here. Let's end it right here for Andy Matlock, Lee Olson, Brian Crooks. My name's Josh, and as always, thank you for being a friend.